number one, Coach Kidd is big on family. That's big with me. That's big with with our kids. It's big with the coaches. Not that the other staff wasn't about family, but he's really into family, having a good quality in life. Also, it's all about the kids in the program. I mean, he's gonna do his best for these kids at all costs. So that's real big. Making sure they got legs and making sure they get enough sleep, eating well, all that stuff. So that's very impressive. What Coach Kidd has put together.
We're going to talk to 3 of the players from that room. You made it through the portal relatively smoothly and kept everybody here. One new face is Ethan. If you could talk a little bit about Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan Irvin, that's the freshman kid out of Buford High School. Tremendous upside. I mean, I think Ethan's almost like, I think he's 6 foot. His brother is Gabe Irvin, played at Nebraska for a little bit. Gabe was a big kid, so Ethan probably, if he gets, he gets his brother's size, he'll be fine. Plus he can run. Did some things, special teams, coming from Buford. But he was a kid that was here in the spring, which that helps out tremendously anytime you get an early enrollee, especially at the running back position when you're talking about protection and stuff like that. So right now he's still learning, but he's way better than what he was in the spring, and he has tremendous upside. I think he'll probably be a guy that can probably help us out, but it probably may be later on in the year.
The last one for me is everybody talks about the air raid attack. Coach Keatley keeps saying, no, we're going to run the ball. How does that make you feel as a running back coach, knowing that, yes, he is definite in running the ball?
Oh, I mean, well, you just look at the stats from the last 2 years when he was at Texas Tech. Back had 1,500 yards 2 years in a row, so that's 3,000 yards in 2 seasons. So, I mean, if you got to be running the ball, if you're going to get 1,500 yards, you just can't just be throwing the ball all over the place. And, I mean, that was his word from day one. I mean, like you get caught in the title, air raid, but if you just go back and watch film, they got the stats of what he had done in the last 2 years. Oh, yeah, he's going to run the ball. So he's been, I'm pretty excited about that.
Chris, your top 2 guys from last year are no longer here. Guys like Jamari and Xavier, they've kind of paid their dues the last 2 years. They flashed quite a bit in the spring. Are you confident that they're ready for bigger workloads?
Yeah, I'm confident. That was a good thing about it last year, even though we had the two gentlemen that left. Those guys did get some playing time. Again, they actually scored a touchdown, so that's always a vote of confidence to the player, a vote of confidence to the team, to myself as well. We just got to hop on details, but I mean, I'm very comfortable with Xavier and Jamari right now. They're making tremendous strides from last year, from spring into now. I mean, it's just a day-to-day thing where we just got to keep grinding, keep working.
And Caden Shields Dutton, to me, killed it in the off-season workouts. He's had a good couple days at camp, particularly on inside run. What does he bring to the table that you might be able to utilize?
Well, Caden is, he's the bigger back, bigger bruiser type back. But he's a guy that also, man, he's surprising. His hands is better than what you think. This guy here, he's Mr. Do Everything. He's gonna fit you up in pass pro. Of course, he's a downhill kid. I think that what Caden's gonna bring to the team, also he's a good special team player as well. But what he brings to the room, man, if we can get a 3-headed monster going, and I think we're headed in that direction. I think we'll be fine.
And Coach, your last season, the running game, there was 63% of the touchdowns were from the running game, and like you mentioned, the air raid offense. But with what Kitley has done at Texas Tech, how many yards they had, do you still expect the running game, at least on the touchdown side, red zone? Do you expect that to still be a major component?
Of course. I mean, we run the scope. Yeah, we run the scope. I mean, every time we run the ball, we think we can break it, and we think we can go the distance. So I think that number may go up. From 63, hell, we're trying to get to 73, 83%. So, yes.
When it comes to this overall group, you have guys that can do a little bit of everything between, like you said, Caden and Xavier and Jamari. How do you feel this group is shaping up to be able to attack whatever defensive scheme that you guys are facing?
We could be dangerous. We just, like I said, we have to keep harping on the details. But I think, by the time we're ready to rock and roll, with those 3 guys, we can be very dangerous. Because those 3 guys, like you said as well, they can do a whole lot. You know, they can actually line up at the wideout spot if need be and catch the ball out, you know, at the wideout spot. So I'm very pleased with those three guys. We're still working in the right direction, but we could be a real threat coming out that backfield with those three guys.
You mentioned the three-headed monster that you're looking for, between Caden, Jamari, and Xavier. How do you think the three of their skill sets complement each other, and how do you think they're going to be working together on the field?
Well, that's a good question. They're very different. Zay is actually smallest one, but he runs tough just like Kate Shields runs. So in my room, the non-negotiables are physicality. Right, that you have to be physical. So all of them going to display that physical toughness. Zay is the more scat guy. Sands is a guy that pretty much can do it all, can catch the ball out the backfield, a little shifty, can run you over if you need to. And Caden Shields is just like, he's the bruiser back, so he's that downhill guy, get out my way type of dude.
Yeah, and then we saw you guys during our media session today, the running backs really working on what I thought was footwork going around that thing. Will you just describe that drill, what exactly they were working on, what you're looking for them to do on that?
Well, we did a couple drills today. One drill was the jump cut drill that we were doing. That was just basically pressing a certain gap, jump cutting in and out of the hole. So that was the one drill that you saw. Other drill that we do is a drill that we do up under the chute. It's for aiming points and getting pad level down. Those like one of my everyday drills. I mean, you can't run the football high. And then the last drill that you saw today was actually a pass pro. We were just working out a little sprint out protection.
And I wanted to ask just about the core because, obviously it's a different head coach, so a different type of style going on. But the majority of the majority of the backs you have now were with you last season. How's that been, being able to keep a core together and just being able to grow year after year with them, especially heading into this season?
Oh, that's huge, especially in this climate. I mean, you got your, call it what it is, you got your NIL stuff and guys transferring in and out, you know what I mean? So the more you get more continuity with your guys that they're, longer they've been with you, I know them, they know me, they kind of know what the expectations. So I mean, that's huge because now you don't have to sort of quote unquote reteach everything. They kind of know exactly what's going on. They know, they understand me as a coach. So I think that's really huge. I mean, to have guys that's been with you for 2.5, 3 years, going on 3 years now.
And I saw some player-on-player coaching just for the 15 minutes we were out there. Has that been something that's been taught, or is that just the players doing it on their own?
Well, I mean, it's kind of, they doing it on their own. We all one room, you know what I mean? We gonna compete, but we all one. So when one do good, we all do good, you know what I mean? So they understand that. So that just, those guys, they having that camaraderie. They know we're gonna compete, that's part of the situation. I mean, that's why we're here. But they understand, hey, look, we still one room, right? We're gonna need each other to win football games.
Coach, obviously with some of the younger running backs, what have you seen from the leadership qualities and who's really emerging as a leader in the running back room?
Well, like I say, you got Jamari, you got Xavier. Xavier pretty much, when you talk about experience, you probably edge him out by a little bit. Xavier have played as a true freshman when he was here, I think against Tulane that year, and I think he got some playing time against Rice that year. So when you talk about leadership and experience, when you talk about experience, you kind of edge him out a little bit because he's the one that played early. And then of course he played last year, got the record last year. So he's taking a little bit, more leadership in the room because, like I say, he has, more experience.
Thank you.
Quiet leader.
And some of the other running backs in the league, Darius and Joshua, can you just talk about them and how they've been improving through fall camp? And do you think that we could see them get some snaps?
Of course. I mean, Joshua is a walk-on kid here from St. Thomas Aquinas. He's been working his butt off ever since he's been here. Every day, don't say nothing. Yes sir, no sir type dude. I'm gonna try to get him on some special teams, but he's made tremendous leaps from where he started from to where he's at right now. And then we all know at the running back position, man, you just never can tell, you know what I mean? So everybody has to stay locked in.